Obviously, it was not a call that I wanted to receive. It was basically hoping that the answer would be anything except more cancer. And yet when he came back with that diagnosis, I mean, you felt so helpless and you were unable to be there. For myself, I dreaded the fact that he was going to have to do this and go through everything on his own, basically. The day we brought him home from surgery, or back to the dorms, his home, the kids started to slowly step in and check on him. And his father and I were both there, and his aunt, and they would just come in, they would introduce themselves, they would converse with Larry and simply ask him, how are you doing? Hey, if you need anything, let us know. And there was simply a small parade of these students and young adults that came in and checked on him. And I knew then that he was going to be okay. There was always going to be someone there looking out for him and making sure that if anything went wrong, that he was in good hands.
I woke up one morning with a lot of pain. By the end of the day, it was still going on, and I was thinking about it, and then I actually started, feel around, and I felt 2 lumps, and I was like, oh, that can't be good. But I did the stupid thing, and I decided to kind of wait a little bit to see if maybe it went away, but it didn't. So about a week and a half later, I decided I better call a doctor. He was my first friend up here.
Yep, day 1.
Day 2.
Well, day 2. Day 1 of a week, day 2 of being here.
Yeah. Sam, I met you more towards second semester in the first year.
Because I was Pete's roommate.
Yeah, he was Pete's roommate first year, and then I got to know Sam a little better. Shay was right in there with him, so I got to know Shay real well then too. And she showed up later than everybody else. It's not that they didn't believe me, but it was more like they thought I was more joking around about it because I tried to keep it more laid back, but I think it was after I had seen my urologist, and he had actually already scheduled a surgery date before I told my parents. I remember calling my mom, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to have surgery on all this. And she's like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, they think it's cancer, and this one right here. He drove me to,
It was right before Thanksgiving break, I think. So I told my brother, I'm like, hey, I got to run to surgery real quick. I'll be...
He was there the whole time.
Yep. Just studied for a bit. Figured it'll be fine.
Had the surgery to remove the tumors and everything and all that with it. And then it was about another month after that they had started scheduling my chemo treatments. So it was right after we got back from Thanksgiving break that I started those. I remember the first day I started, I felt fine all through the day and after all that, and I went with my mom and we went to get something to eat. And I hadn't eaten all day, so I felt fine. I was like, I'm going to get some stuff to eat. I'm hungry, I got home that night, and then it all hit me at once, and I had to go into the bathroom because I got sick. But after that, it was mostly just fatigue. I was so tired I couldn't get out of bed. I'd go to my treatments every day, and that's about all I did. I'd crawl out of bed, go sit in a chair for hours while they did all their chemo stuff, and then I'd get back home and I'd crawl back into bed and fall asleep until the next day. I went through all this as far as I could with keeping my full class load, and by the end I was like, I should probably dump a few classes, so that's what I did. So I dropped 2 of my harder classes. I kept going with the other 2, and the teachers were really, really great. I mean, they helped me out a lot. I remember the one, I missed his exam because I was at treatments, and it was the last day at 9 o'clock at night for exams up here, and he stayed with me all that time. And
they have a sick meal policy where you can go in and if you're too sick, somebody can take your ID card and do that. So eventually they kind of got in on it, and so whenever we go to dinner, we just grab his ID, and that way we could bring him back whatever he wanted when we got done.
And for the most part, I just helped out with classes and just rides when needed.
They brought me some gag gifts to make me feel better. They brought me cheese balls with notes on them and pretzel sticks and peanuts.
What we also did was we do a secret Santa gift every year.
Oh, I forgot about
that. Another friend of ours found nutcracker. Just to, go along with that.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think another cool thing we did is Sam and Noah got him a Love My Melon cap.
from what I've seen, I've been around some of my other friends, college friends, and they just don't have that family aspect. It's more of just a friendship, and I see more of a family up here.